This is Frances McIntosh, my great grandma, who I guess owned part of the land that of the
I
farm.
still own part of it.
Yes, still owns part of it. Do you know the original history of the land?
Partially.
What is that?
Well, back as far as I know, there was a log house on the farm, and the farm went from this Tanglewood Road over to 220. What is your road? 10, 20?
850.
Your road is 50
Oh
south.
yeah.
And the Indians had a camp not far from across the road from here, and the log house was built by trappers and hunters and settlers that went through here, and they could tell that because the log house was built from logs of different trees, and anyone who built a house to live in built them out of the same trees, the logs. Then the person that bought this farm, of course, it was all covered with trees, and they cleared it and started farming it. And uh, my in-laws would knew the people that lived on the other road, and they came from Cincinnati where they had a store, and they came down to visit them, and this farm was for sale, and I think maybe there was 60 70 acres, and they bought the farm for $4,000, which was a lot of, they thought, a lot of money. And they started farming it, and they raised, I think, I was told that they raised a lot of tomatoes at one time and took them to the cannery to be canned. And then they, of course, they did it with a horse and plow, and they raised a lot of garden stuff and did a lot of their own canning, and uh, they would store food. They would bury cabbage and do things like they did back in the olden days down in Kentucky where they came from. And they raised then corn and soybeans and tobacco, and they just worked real hard. Stop it. They then great grandpa or Norman's dad, which is great great grandpa, got sick, and he passed away in 1970 at 97, and then uh, his wife got the farm, and then she passed away. She rented the farm out, and then she passed away, and the Norman, I will say, and his sister, who is Megan's great grandpa, got the farm, and then she had 5 children, and they were kind of scattered, and they didn't know anything about farming, and they thought we were going to make a fortune on it, and so we finally talked them in to selling their half to Larry and Brenda, Megan's grandma and grandpa, and then they took it over, and we have rented it out then, and that's where it stands today.
Okay, thank you.
What is your favorite memory that you have here?
Here at the farm.
Yeah, at the farm.
Well, we always celebrated Grandpa's birthday on March. His birthday was March 31st, and we always celebrated it on the Saturday. And we were engaged to be married, and I met the Saturday of March the 30th, no, March 29th, no, March 30th, 29th. I met about 80 relatives of Grandpa. And then the next day we were married, and that was just always a special time. But we had a lot of special memories over there.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.